Yo, what's going on, man? It's your boy Brooke Acosta. Once again, Beats, Bars, and Combo presents the What If. And you know, I got my motherfucking right hand, my motherfucking consigliere, motherfucking capo, motherfucking Cole. He the host too. Ja Vega. Let's get a round of applause for Ja Vega, niggas. What's up? Ooh, clap it up for Vega. And not to mention, on this episode, I got Mr. Moore, Jeffrey Moore. That's his brother. And also on this, we're waiting for the guard to get in, but I got a legendary rapper and I got a surprise for y'all motherfuckers tonight. You feel me? Somebody so legendary that I bought his first album. And this was the first rap CD tape. No, it was a tape. Solo, my bad, yo. I bootlegged it though. I ain't had no money. I bootlegged it though, but I rocked it though. I rocked it though. I rocked it though. I rocked it though. You in with us? Yo, and then on top of that, I bought 3 bootlegs that day. I bought Mariah Carey, Vision of Love, and I bought third base. What you know about that? Jeff, what you know about that Cactus album, yo? What you know about that third base, yo?
Crazy, bro. You must be crazy, man. It must be crazy. The third base was all that.
Yo, let me tell you, them white boys was on a mission, nigga. That's a fact. Them white boys was on a mission.
They could dance there.
What's your favorite song by them?
The Gas Face. What you mean?
Oh, no. See, I can tell. Yo, Dear America, I don't think I'm on the line with true hip-hop fans. I got a few niggas that got season tickets to D'Angelo concerts and shit like that. My favorite song by Third Base was Brooklyn Queens.
Oh.
Real cool, because Sunday's cool. Oh my God, Search bodied that shit. But tonight we are on a topic, man. We got a few topics we need to go over, and we ain't gonna keep it long. Pause. But you know, we got this battle coming up Sunday, right? And I just want to say this, guys. It's KRS-One going up against Big Daddy Kane. Whoa. So I just want to say whoever set this verses up did not like Big Daddy Kane. Yo, whoever set this battle up, what you say? What you say, Jeff?
Yo, it's gonna be a problem for Kane, yo. It's gonna be a problem.
Kane gonna have to bring Scoop and Scrap, Quincy Jones.
Who else?
He might have to go get Madonna and Naomi Campbell when he posed butt naked. He might have to bring them bitches too to beat KRS-One.
Who driving the car? Cool G-Rap?
I think G-Rap might have stood a better chance against KRS than Big Daddy, though.
Yeah.
I think with KRS-One, I'm gonna leave out 2 or 3 albums just so he's competitive with Kane. Just so it's not a blowout. KRS-One got to take 3 albums out. And this is how dope KRS is. I think we should just take out Criminal Minded and By Any Means Necessary. Because if you put those 2 against Kane, it's not fair. You gotta take those out. You gotta take out Criminal Minded. You gotta take out The P Is Free. You gotta take out The Bridge Is Over. You gotta take out Dug Down. You gotta take out, just let Kane battle KRS from like edutainment on.
You taking away his classics, man. You taking away.
But that's just part of his classics. If I take out them 8 songs, KRS will still body Big Daddy Kane. The only one song that Big Daddy got that can beat a KRS record if it's placed in the right way is Ain't No Half Step.
Yeah. It'd be a problem with that. You know what I mean? I just think that those two going back and forth will probably feel more like a freestyle than anything.
Ooh. And that even gets worse for Big Daddy Kane.
Absolutely, 100%.
Because if they get into that freestyle shit, Vega, what you say? If they get into that freestyle shit, do you think Big Daddy can really hold up when KRS is rapping about niggas clothes in the audience?
No, it really goes to say,
you gotta get to I can't hear you, bro.
It really goes to say this, right? It really goes to say this. How prepared is Kane for what's going down? You know what I'm saying? Because the God is always prepared. Chris is always prepared. Chris will wake up at 3:30 a.m. and body you at 3:05 and be asleep by 3:08 and write a song about it at 7 a.m. and then the album after that will be done 9 p.m. the next night.
Mr. Madison, are you on? Mr. Madison, is he on?
I think so.
Mr. Madison. Yo. Damn. Nevertheless, he gonna get in here. To your point, you gotta throw everything at KRS, yo.
Yeah, don't forget.
What? Go ahead.
Nothing.
What you were saying, Jeff?
No, you can't. No. He gotta throw a lot at him, yo. He gonna need Marley Marl. Marley Marl got a DJ. He gotta put Marley Marl in the back and really run off of that, man. Yeah. Kane need Marley Marl to guide him through this. This is gonna be heavy.
Is Kane gonna have to have the flat top fresh?
Whoo! With the 4-finger ring.
Yo, that nigga gonna have to put 3 cuts in his eyebrow and he gotta try to wild. Yo.
Yeah.
But the reason I bought Big Daddy and KRS One up is because the what if situation I wanted to present is that what if Scott LaRock never got killed? And see, for me, 1996, I hadn't really experienced death of an entertainer or even anything of that sort. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only death that I had experienced from an entertainer was Marvin Gaye. Like, my mom cried. I never seen my mother cry so hard when Marvin Gaye got murdered.
Yeah.
She cried harder when Marvin Gaye got murdered. I promise you. When her father died, she was holding that shit back. When Marvin died, my mother she was finished, nigga. I was outside. I was running wild for 3 days. My mother was drinking Champagne and Cisco mixed together, trying to get. But you know, we always look at KRS One. You know, he as we should as this icon. But let's talk about Scott LaRock, man. Scott LaRock was the architect of the BDP sound.
Definitely.
And Jeff, you're a little older than us. I want you to talk to me a little bit about that BDP sound and how that shit kind of, you know, broke through all of the motherfucking Curtis Blow. You know, it even broke through the EPMD shit. Talk to me about that time when you first heard that motherfucking BDP.
Well, you know, I'm gonna say it like this. It's a little, for me, it's just a little how can I say? Because at that time you had beat BDP, and you had Public Enemy, and you still had LL.
Who came out first? Hold on. I think KRS and them came out maybe a couple months before PE. My bad.
Yeah, before PE. Yeah. So in saying that, you know, it was more like it's kind of hard because the lyrics from KRS-One was just totally different. It was on a level where, you know, it was going down that path of really educating cats in the street, you know, on some positive hip hop.
Well, hold on. Let me contradict you for 1 second. That first BDP album was violent as fuck, bro. But I understand what KRS was coming from with that. That was the violence he was actually seeing. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many times they call hip hop the CNN of the ghetto or of the oppressed. So I don't think KRS was glorifying it. It was what he saw. You know what I'm saying? I knew a drug dealer by the name of Peter. Had to buck him down with my 9mm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was definitely violent, but I felt that he didn't glorify violence. That's the one thing I loved about that album. But go ahead. I'm talking about, where were you at when you heard The Bridge is Over?
Yo, when I heard Bridge was over, I think it was high school, man. High school. Can't really which grade, but yo, when we heard Jimmy, when we heard yo,
oh my God.
Yo, when we heard, I mean, you know what the thing about it is that everything that drew all out of KRS-One, man, was it was a conglomerate of things, man, because you got to remember, if he was hitting the, you know, the power songs, like you said, what was it, 9mm, what was it, 9mm, was that 9mm?
A lot of that.
Yeah, listen to my 9mm go bang. But what he was really talking about behind it was always a message behind his songs, though. And that's what made him different from everybody.
And shout out to KRS for being one of the first mainstream rappers or big time rappers to infuse that Caribbean patois talk, even though he's not even Caribbean. But KRS was the first nigga to put in that patois talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at Foxy Browns and shit like that, who mastered that patois and rap. That's a direct derivative from KRS-One.
Definitely, and he always put people on, because you got to remember he had Just Ice at that time.
Oh, talk to him.
He had a whole lot of people to go up against Queensbridge. You know what I'm saying? So he had to get back at Shan and, you know, the whole Juice Crew, and, you know, he came through with, you know, with that whole Bronx with, you know, I can't remember all the lyrics, but, you know, when they come through, it was like, my posse from the Bronx is thick. And you saw everybody on the steps, and it was like a whole army. You know what I mean?
Yo, you know when I knew
saw
BDP,
that before.
You know when I knew BDP wasn't no joke?
When's that? Where?
When Slick Rick said Boogie Down was performing, yo, they ain't no joke. And a bunch of Brooklyn kids was looking hard at my throat. This was the moment I feared. Yeah, I was like, oh shit. KRS putting that motherfucking work.
Yeah, man, the production was tight, you know what I mean? And you know, he fought for that spot. Whenever we saw his video, because he was the one really in the videos. I mean, his style came with a lot of like the new flavor of the videos and everything too, though. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
I mean, we watched him go from a low cut haircut to now he got the dreads. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. So he got conscious in front of our eyes.
Yeah.
But the reason why I say the what if is because I was watching a documentary, and Dr. Dre said that one of his influences was Scott LaRock. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think when I heard that, a light went off in my head and said, what if Scott LaRock had stayed alive?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because here's a funny little secret that you don't know. The first album was produced by Scott LaRock, and he had he had a bunch of beats and shit left over when he got murdered. KRS took those beats and he reproduced them and got with other producers to reproduce that sound. That's why the first two BDP albums are classics, because they have the bed or the foundation of Scott LaRock's beats. And if this nigga influenced Dr. Dre, imagine what he would have did if he stayed alive.
Yeah, it'd have been a problem.
Vega, what you got to say, bro?
First thing I think of when I think of KRS-One is legendary shit like self-destruction, right? So you gotta be like, yo, this dude led self-destruction out the way. He took it and took it to a pinnacle in hip hop that it's never been reached before. So far that the West Coast did what, all in the same game, right? That's what it was, Black? Yeah, that's what it was, right? So what I'm saying is, I'm saying that to say this. He also did tracks that when he gave birth to it, it was always something on the edge. KRS was knocking out bouncers on stage for kicking out people in the audience. KRS was telling people, go ahead, smoke your weed, you don't give a fuck. It's his show. KRS was, he was that dude. Your question, would he be even greater
if Scott had stayed alive? You got a guy who influenced Dr. Dre.
Part of me knows that crisis builds character and talent.
Ooh, say that again.
Crisis builds character and talent. Bottom
Correct.
line. So was that his? I mean, that was his brother. So,
well, not his biological brother, but they met in a shelter. They met in a shelter. This man, like you, my man. You, my man. Yeah. I'm your KRS, nigga. You Jala Rock. Just stay alive.
So what I'm saying is, when your mans go down, a lot of times in rap history, that crisis makes that next dude that next dude.
So you saying like when your man go down and you have to put the whole shit on your back and you take that shit to the next level.
Any crisis, because this happened in hip hop a lot. Crisis have even your man don't gotta go down. Kanye got into an accident, and after he got into that accident, it was something different.
It's a fact. When Pac got shot up,
lyrics became something a whole nother. It was a whole nother up. When Lauren had that problem with the baby and went through the crisis, do I get rid of the baby or not? The greatest album we ever heard was made.
So what you saying? So what you feel like? You feel like had Scott LaRock stayed alive, maybe KRS wouldn't have put all that BDP shit on his back. He wouldn't have had such a chip BDP on his shoulder.
It'd have been more BDP. It'd have been more of a clique of BDP. It'd have been like, they'd have been thick. The posse would have just been thick. When we lost Scott LaRock, we lost the posse of BDP. KRS took the mound, put it on his head, and he took the hammer and looked out the window like Malcolm X.
Jeff, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
when you think about the sonicness of that first 2 BDP album, and you could just, if you could just hypothetically just think, damn, Scott LaRock would have been on some RZA shit, bro.
You know what? It's it's really sensitive to talk about something like this because we're in the realm of the what if. But if we really had to take it there, he is right. You know, crisis. When there's a crisis that go on, it kind of changes the how can I say it changes the movement because Scott LaRock would have become probably would have become one of a top, maybe a top 50, maybe a top 50 great producer.
Exact top. I could easily see Scott name being mentioned with the premieres. I could easily hear his name being mentioned with the RZAs. You know what I'm saying? With them type of dudes, guys that changed that, you know, they came and changed the fucking game. You know what I'm saying? Like when I listened to the boom bap of what that first BDP album was, bro.
Yeah.
He didn't have a bunch of James Brown samples on it, like typical rap at that time. He was taking in another place.
Yeah, that boom bap was hard. That boom
and
bap.
Let me tell you something, Jeff. This is how the power of creativity and oppression works. Want me to tell you how? Because at the same time, Scott is cooking, right? There's a guy in Long Island by the name of Hank Shockley.
Oh.
Who's creating a movement called the Bomb Squad.
Oh.
That is revolutionizing music. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think like because Scott died, he don't get the mentions with these guys. But coming from your era, Jeff, who was harder than PE and BDP, bro?
Ooh. Oh boy. Now you trying to hurt feelings, man.
I'm really just keeping it real. EPMD, they had a dope sound, but it was kind of a lazy sound. Who was it?
You know, again though, man, you gotta remember what hip hop did was brought out the wolves, the first wolves of hip hop. It brought out the Long Island, it brought out the Long Island crews, like it brought out Rakim, like you said, PE, EPMD, that's Long Island. You know what I'm saying? K Solo, Long Island. You had the Bronx, you had we was actually creating verses before verses is big. It is what it is now. This is new. This new era of verses is this is new to them. This ain't new to us.
You know what this verses is? You know what this verses is? Not to cut your wisdom, God. Let me tell you what this is. This versus shit is the equivalent of us seeing Marvel comics.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? It's like, my whole life, nigga, I wanted to see Carnage.
Yeah.
If I'm waiting for Carnage and I'm waiting for them to put Sabretooth on film. You feel what I'm saying?
No
but
doubt.
To see Spider-Man and all of this fly shit, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To see that, it gave, you know what I mean? It's like, God damn. So what I think about is like, in this era, like, imagine what Scott LaRock would have grown to.
Whew.
And then, let me tell you one thing. I'll put one thing in perspective. Nas and Hit Boy.
Okay.
A rapper feels confident when he got a producer in pocket that knows him.
Oh, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So imagine what KRS would have sounded like and he didn't have to produce. Because a lot of people forget KRS-One is also a producer. Shout out to Channel Live. Shout out to Just Ice. So imagine what KRS could have did if he didn't have to. Imagine if he had somebody evolving with him. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That
yeah,
was like that to me, that's daunting, bro. You know, like
definitely, definitely. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. You know, it would have. The reason why I like this talking this hip hop so much because it bring out it really dig into the core of why you like hip hop. And you know,
thank
although
you, King.
you know
Thank you.
what we like is really subjective, you know what I'm saying? Because some of the Juice Crew I like, but I ain't like all of them. You
Oh
know.
man, hold up, hold up. Hey, Brooke, take that shot right now, Brooke. Hey, Brooke, take that shot right now. Hey, yo, who you ain't like in the Juice Crew?
I'm saying, because Juice Crew was kind of like that fast. Like at that time, they was like, that kind of like that fast kind of rap. The only thing that was smooth was, when Big Daddy Kane had the uh
Put a
oh
quarter
man.
in your ass because you played yourself.
Yeah,
Outrageous,
yeah, yeah.
superior, always taking care of you.
Like
Old school
who,
rappers, they just evaporate,
who,
disintegrate to the state of Canaan. Okay, I got you. I got you.
who was the light skinned one? Who was the light skinned one?
Oh,
Craig.
you real foul. You
Who
real foul. You real foul. Hey, yo, big shout out to Craig G, dog. The
Craig G,
freestyle
Craig G.
god.
I like Craig G. I like Craig G. I like him now. I appreciate him more now than I did growing up, though. I ain't even gonna front. You
Oh
know what
shit,
I'm saying?
that might be our next conversation. Who was the
Yeah,
weakest link on the symphony?
yeah. Who gets more play, the light skinned rappers or dark skinned rappers? Yo,
Yo, you
no,
giving me, yo, listen, yo, don't talk too much. Put that in the inbox because these niggas will
no doubt,
steal.
no doubt,
These
no
niggas will
doubt, no
steal.
doubt. No,
But
but no,
I think about this. I look at the progression of Chuck D, having the
yeah,
Bomb Squad by his side for every album, damn near.
yeah, yeah,
You can hear when a rapper and a producer lock in, it's different. It hit
yeah,
different. It hit different. When Snoop
yeah.
and Dre lock in, that shit hit different. When
Woo.
Nas and Hit Boy lock in, it hit different. When Prodigy and Alchemist or Prodigy and P lock in, go ahead.
Whoa. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You know what I'm saying? I just know that Scott LaRock would have had he would have had his flowers. He definitely would have had his flowers now. You know what I mean? But it's like that big what if, man. I mean, KRS is just a beast, man. You know what I'm saying?
But he had to be a beast. When you
Yeah.
carrying that whole label, like I look at KRS-One as the first Jay-Z. Because Jay didn't rise to where he's at until Big died. And this is the crazy part. We so old when I talk to younger niggas, and I be like, yo, there was a time Jay-Z was just a regular ass rapper, bro.
Regular. Facts.
There was a point where this nigga Vega, y'all, I know he wear dreads. I know this nigga vegan. I know he try to be righteous, all of this goofy shit. But this nigga and Sneak was the biggest Jay-Z fans in the world. Y'all remember the green Miata with the top down? All this nigga was playing was with the top down, screaming out money, anything. We in Asbury. Yo, don't let this vegan nigga right here try to act like he grew up listening to Mos Def and all the most complex rappers. This nigga right here
Jigga.
was hoved out. It used to be a point where I'd be like, yo, we in my car, nigga, I'm playing Nas. I'm gonna tell you when this nigga became a Jay-Z fan. I'm gonna tell you. It was the second album. It was the Lucky Me, Where I'm From album. Am I lying? That's when you became a Jay.
No, look. On the low, I thought Jay-Z, I thought he was a miracle. I thought he was a one-off. Because when I heard I'm feeling that.
Oh, you love.
You
Yeah.
like, I wouldn't that the campus hated me walking it. When I used to come to the campus, security used to be like, I know it's you, yo. You about to get that ticket. I'm the only
Shout
one
out
that
to
got
Sneak.
tickets.
Shout out to Sneak for being the
Me and Sneak the
first
only
nigga.
ones
Sneak
that
was
got
the
tickets.
first nigga, and he from Brooklyn. You know, Sneak from Brooklyn. Sneak was the first nigga with the bootleg Jay-Z album. We drove
Yeah,
all the way to
yeah.
Philly. Hold on, because you dubbed my shit to put in your car. We going back, America. America. There was a time when niggas didn't have the CD, where the nigga had the tape with the tissue in the top and or the tape over the top, and a nigga would dub another nigga tape just to put it in his car. Because I dubbed Reasonable Doubt for this nigga for his Miata. Hey, dear America, I know he looks like Wyclef. He was not fucking with them Fuji niggas like that. Look, he was not off them Fuji niggas like he was listening to drug dealer music all in college. So when you see this nigga talk this righteous shit, I'm a vegan. Fuck all of that shit. I know the composite of this nigga. He driving down. I'm feeling it. Feel the back streets popping your ass. Feel the high when you get from the lie. And got it. This nigga, I think, you wanted to flip a couple bricks after listening to Jay-Z. Then you keep it a buck.
Listen, that Jigga album when Friend of Foe, when Friend of Foe came out.
Hey, this is the power of music. A nigga that grew up in the suburbs, he listened to Jay, and this nigga was ready for war. He was ready for war. But the reason why I bring, and I'm gonna loop it around, is the reason I say Jay-Z is because Jay was the only nigga on his label. Big was his friend. So when Big died, Jay had to put the East Coast on his back. KRS had to put Miss Melody. Ooh, she was fat. He had to put the Bronx on his back. Think about it. And this is gonna get me a hot take. KRS needed Bronx allies so bad, he started co-signing Fat Joe.
Ooh.
And let me tell you this. Fat Joe did not become a rapper that I listened to until Don Cartagena.
Yeah.
Fat Joe was corny as fuck, bro.
Yo.
Go ahead, Jeff. Tell me a little bit.
No,
we got 1
right,
minute.
right.
We got 1 minute for this segment.
Right.
And then we looping it back around.
Yeah.
I want you to end it, bro. Big bro, you go.
No, you're right with those nuggets. You're right with those nuggets. You know, that was our movement back then. You know what I'm saying? That was our music. We like what we like. But you know what? Yeah, on that note, like you said, Scott LaRock, if he'd have never, if he'd have never passed on, we'd be talking something a little different now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Definitely will. And R.I.P. to Scott LaRock.
Hey, yo, this is episode 3, part 1 of Beats, Bars, and Convo presents The What If. I got my esteemed colleague, my brother, my co-defendant, Mr. Ja Vega himself. And he brought his brother along, Mr. Jeffrey Moore, entrepreneur himself.